family, to another episode of Wrestling with the Realm podcast. I'm Brian, one half of the power and glory of wrestling podcasts, and on the other side, he is the Hercules to my Paul Roma. He's my guy, Will. Will, what are we talking about?
Guys, we are talking about this rendition of Saturday night's main event. As you can see, we were I did it the wrong way. We were in New York City for this one. So that is a huge theme for this episode.
Yes.
And it is about it's Saturday night's main event, New York Knicks edition. Let's call it what it is. And Brian, I don't even know if I have feelings about this show, but we're gonna definitely get into it and talk about it. And I think the overarching theme is going to be, do we need to have Saturday night's main event anymore?
That's a good question.
So, Brian, I'll take us into our first match. And this was actually a kind of cool moment for the girls over at Fatal Influence, facing Paige and Brie Bella
Yeah.
for the tag team championships. And let's be honest here, this match is forgettable. It really is. It is a Friday night SmackDown match that happened on Saturday night's main event. They had something with Fatal Influence right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like right away, they burst on the scene. They attack Rhea Ripley and Laney Reed, Fallon Henley, Jason Jane are over, and they just never capitalize on it when they should have.
No.
And sometimes in wrestling that happens, and you still need to give those people the opportunity. Putting the belts on them was the right call. Paige and Brie Bella was a throwaway, and they had the belts for all too long. They should have took the belts off them the week after,
Mm-hmm.
if we're being honest. After they won them, they didn't. They held them. They did nothing with them. Hopefully, Fatal Influence will be positive on this tag division, which is just in desperate need of a revamp. And the dominant heel faction is something that can do that. The match overall is, I'll, I'll give it a thumbs up for the moment. It was cool. Fatal Influence wins. But will I watch this again? No. There's absolutely no chance I watch this again. Brian, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, this is going to be interesting because anybody who watched our last review of Night of Champions, I was very unhappy. I'm not that angry about this one. Uh, this felt the most 1991 Saturday night's main event, maybe out of any of them that they've done. The matches seem straight out of what we were doing back then, especially when you get to the main event with the tag team and with Cody and Punk versus Sammy and Gunther. We did all the time where you do that.
Mm,
That is what you do on Saturday night's main event. And then you throw in some matches like Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. I'm like, okay, it's Coco Beware and the Mountie. It's like that's the kind of stuff that you get. Um, the crowd was also dead for this
that's a good
entire
point.
Saturday night's main event. This crowd was dead. They got up for the Knicks stuff, and that was kind of it. So that felt weird all night too. It was a weird vibe, especially being at Madison Square Garden. Um, so getting into this first match, though, I agree with you. The best thing that I can say about it is that they finally took the belts off of Brie Bella and Paige. I can't stand Paige. I don't know why they brought her back. I don't know what purpose she's serving. I don't get it. I'm sorry if people are upset by that. I don't understand it. I get it with Nikki and Brie Bella. I don't get it with Paige, but whatever. I'm glad that they lost. I'm glad the belts are off of them. And if the most people care about this match is some of the extracurricular activities from the fans on social media, it's a thumbs down. So no, this match is a thumbs down. You said we could see it on Friday night SmackDown. I say we could see this on Sunday Night Heat.
Oh,
So Thumbs down, and no, I'm not watching it again. I know I said I wasn't as mad before. I'm really not. I'm just not going to try to polish up this turd.
All right, Brian, let's move on to the next one. We got Danhausen versus JD McDonough in a no disqualification match. This is probably when you said, "Oh, this is the most Saturday night's main event." Yes, this is why right here. We can cut straight to the chase because
Hmm.
this match is it's crazy. You had the mini housings come out, and then Big Purr, Carl Anthony Towns spawns from the Danhausen machine. And first of all, when you watch him play on the screen, like you're watching an NBA game, you're watching the finals, he is not, he looked that big. Dude, compared to these guys, he is a giant. He really is. And
Tom Cruise is a giant next to JD McDonough, though. So,
yes, that is,
but that's what's great about it.
yes. And he just towers over JD and Dom. He picks up JD for the choke slam. JD sells his ass off, and so does Dom going through the table for Carl Anthony Towns. I'm a huge NBA guy, and I feel like this was the moment if you were going to do something like this. You had the hints of it on SmackDown with Danhausen having the cap,
Meowhausen.
and I think this is a Danhausen masterclass too. I'm a fan of big fan Hausens, obviously. And this is the type of silly stuff you can have him doing all the time. And I feel like JD's the perfect person. It gets him a spot on
Mhm.
a premium live event, if we're going to call Saturday night's main event that. It gives him more TV time. It's giving him something to do. And JD McDonough actually does well in this match, I think. It's a really fun match. It's a short match. It's quick. So for that reason, I'm actually going to give it a thumbs up. And I feel like in a rare occasion where I need some stupid to watch, I'd watch this again, Brian. I
Ooh.
didn't think I'd say that
Ooh.
about any match on this card, but it's so stupid. It's probably the only thing I really enjoyed on the whole pay-per-view outside of maybe certain parts of the main event. And it was good. Brian, your thoughts on this?
Oh, Will, you sold me on this because I was going thumbs
Good.
down on this match.
Good. I'm happy I
And
did.
as you were going through the match, you changed my mind. And I'll kind of go through my thought process through that change. The things that bothered me about this match were it catered to a very specific segment of people if you're a Knicks fan,
Yes.
than if you're a basketball fan. But
Yeah.
once you get outside of that, there's a disconnect. I'm a
Agreed.
hockey fan. I'm not an NBA fan, but I also know enough about what's going on in pop culture and in sports to appreciate it. But I think about somebody who maybe doesn't, and they might be lost. And then because of that, it feels like it starts dragging on. There was that point from when Danhausen got out of the ring back to the cloning machine that felt like it took an eternity of what was going on in the ring with the mini Hausens. And part of the problem with that was the crowd was still so dead. So it was just kind of quiet.
Mm.
And the camera is in the ring, and then it's going back to Danhausen going up the ramp to the cloning machine. And it's like when the crowd is dead, it made that feel like an eternity. Um, but then as you're going through the match, you started talking about JD McDonough and what a great job he does selling. Um, Danhausen, who is still riding that wave of whatever magic he has,
Yeah.
that he has it perfected so much that it hasn't worn out its welcome yet, which is saying a
Oh,
lot because so many times that could happen Hausen. So it really is, a really big tip of the cap to Danhausen because he understands that character so much and to the WWE to give him the chance to portray his character that way, to let him have a slow burn before he ever gets in the ring and to give him things that help his gimmick instead of work against it. So, you know, kudos to Danhausen. Then you think about, Dom. Dom is always great. And I go, man, there was a lot of big spots. The choke slams were great. You had good spots going through the table with Dom. Um, Drop my Penhausen. I was
Danhausen.
getting too animated because Dom went through a table. Um, but you're right. I think about all of those elements to this match. And then the one thing that really stood out to me where I said, okay, I gotta not be curmudgeonly because if this was in Vegas and my Golden Knights had won the Stanley Cup and they were doing Saturday night's main event Vegas and they had Golden Knights players involved, and I wouldn't want that segment to end. Like it couldn't have felt long enough for me, and I would have loved it. It wouldn't have mattered what happened in it. So by virtue of all of that, I'm going thumbs up, but I'm still not going to watch it again.
That's very fair, Brian. That's very fair.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Let's move on to a match that I feel like we're gonna touch on a bit tonight. Let's talk about Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria. This is so interesting for me because I don't know if I love this or I hate this.
Yeah.
I am leaning towards the fact that I probably don't like it.
Mm.
And that's tough for me because I always try to be positive. Lyra and her new character is a win for me. And it's so much better than what she had going for her and her stupid hand gestures and her feathers that she wore out to the ring.
Uh-huh.
It just wasn't for me. It wasn't. And not everything has to be for me. But this is a better direction. This person who's lost her insanity, the revamped look and ring gear, and it's working for me. That being said, this match I don't think was. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna take some heat for it. Man, if this is it for Bailey and she got written off there at the end, thank goodness.
Oh,
Thank goodness.
ooh, Will's
I've
cold as
never
ice.
been a fan. The mic work's not there. The in-ring work isn't there. I think the only thing I was a fan of when she was the hugger in NXT and she had a few really good banger matches with Sasha Banks. But you could, man, it's really the three horsewomen.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of Bailey, and I know I'm gonna take some serious heat for that, and that's okay. It's just not for me, guys. And this match wasn't for me either. I thought it was an interesting match style for them to wrestle, a stiff technical pace. Lyra got her clocked early in
Yeah.
this match, and you know, for me, this one's a thumbs down, and I'm not watching it
Ooh.
again. And that's tough for me because I think that's like I've only done that a handful of times. But yeah, I'm not watching this again. Brian, what are your
Ooh.
thoughts?
Well, Will, you're not alone. I thought it was weird. I thought I was going to be the one taking all of the Bailey hate because I'm glad you said it first, so I don't have to say it first.
Oh yeah.
I don't get Bailey. I wasn't there for, you know, the majority of Bailey's career. Anybody who's listened to the show knows I got in during Cody finishing his story. So that shows you how much of Bailey I missed. Um, so I don't understand it because she doesn't do anything exceptionally well. She, everybody seems to like her, but she doesn't work the mic very well.
Mm-mm.
From the time I've been watching, I have no defined idea of what her character even is. Um, and her in-ring work is fine, but she's not lighting the world on fire. with it. I feel like she gets by because she's Bailey and she's been anointed that. And again, I know we probably feel or we sound really harsh about it and people are going to be upset by it. Um, but I don't get it. For Lyra Valkyria, I agree with you that this is a great change for her. She needed that. She has a little bit more edge. They can use her um, in the heel position, I think, much better than they could with her trying to be a baby face. Um, I always complained about the thing that bothered me with her was oh shucks, I can't believe it. I did it. Oh my gosh, I'm the best. Really? I won. Woo. Like it didn't work. So I'm glad that they're going the complete other direction and feel like it's a good change for her. God dang it, I dropped my pen again. I
Dude, the
can't hold on
Danhausen
to
is
it.
flying
Somebody
today.
mad at us about Bailey? Not what's going on?
Paranormal activity.
Yeah, guys, go over to TRPD podcast if you
Yes,
want to get more
sir.
of that. Um, but when I look at the actual match, I go, they actually told a story in this match, and I'm a sucker for that. This has been building up for so long between these two that I feel like this was a proper blow-off match for that. Uh, because, Lyra does get busted open. She does take a hard shot. It makes it feel a little bit more personal. Um, and then the way that you end it, you try to elevate Lyra's character and if Bailey is being written off, then this is the way that you have to do it. I will say good for Bailey for putting Lyra over if she knows she's on her way out. Kudos for that. Um,
Yes.
but all in all, I think it was a good match. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I can't believe
Uh,
it.
all
I'm
right.
giving it a
All
thumbs up.
right.
But
All right.
I'm not watching it again. No. There's no reason to.
Yeah, feel the same way. All right, Brian, let's talk about our true main event. We got Gunther and Sammy, who were defeated by Cody Rhodes and CM Punk with the stipulation that if Cody and Punk win, they will have a singles match at SummerSlam. I really like this match. I did. It was a fun time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hatred between the four. I enjoyed the chemistry that the four had. I liked that Sammy and Gunther had a little bit of disdain towards each other, but were still able to work together in the slightest bit
Hmm.
because they hated Punk and they hate Rhodes. And I feel like I would really like to see this match in a fatal four way. I'm just throwing it out there. I kind of don't want them to have a singles match. This is obviously culminated by Nick Aldis coming out and hitting Gunther with the belt, and Cody gets the pin. That's the big narrative. We now know that Nick Aldis and Gunther are going to have a match at SummerSlam.
Mm.
Hey, you, Sami Zayn. You're doing nothing now.
Well, he is Sami Zayn. I
So,
mean,
it feels like they went up to Sami and they were like, "Hey, man, we got nothing for you at SummerSlam. Can we put the belt on you for 9 days though as
yeah,
in return?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care."
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah.
Boy, it sucks to be LA Knight. That they
Oh
you have to like,
man,
boy,
they hate LA Knight,
yeah,
dude.
they
They
hate him even
really
more
do.
apparently.
Yeah, so what an interesting way they're gonna go with this. By the way, anyone that's like super hyped to see Nick Aldis, he is not like anything insane. He really isn't. He's he went under Magnus in
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
NWA and TNA. Dude, you're not about to be you're fucking woed right now. I'm not lying to
Yes.
you guys. Magnus is about as mid as it gets, and he's had some good matches. Him and Cody actually have great chemistry together,
Okay.
and he's had a few good matches. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not hating on Magnus, but if you guys are expecting the next big thing in professional wrestling, you're
The
not
next
gonna
big
get it.
thing.
I'm so sorry. So, you know, Gosh, I did like this match. It was good. I'm not gonna watch it again though. I'm not. Unless there's big plot development, I'm not gonna watch it again. And screw you, Sami Zayn, because you get nothing now.
You get nothing. Oh God, it's true.
All right, Brian, tell me what you think about this one.
Oh boy. Hold on one second. So this match again, this is the most retro Saturday night's main event match that they have done so far since they brought this uh PLE or whatever we're calling it, since they brought this back. Um Anybody who doesn't know what they're doing here, they must have used Chat GPT or Gemini again, and it suggested, do a mega powers exploding type story. So they just did that. Like this is Hogan and Macho Man all over again. And you know what? It ain't bad. I'm not gonna lie,
No.
because it's tickling me in all of my old school. It's giving me the feels. As Simon Miller would say, it's giving me the butterflies in my tum tum. It's I like it. I was so torn about it, but as the match was
I
unfolding,
love that.
I'm like, dude, this is so classic. Gunther, Gunther is maybe the MVP of that match.
Hmm.
He, I feel like Gunther sold everything so well and told the story of how everybody hates each other and how he's out for himself but also understands the way to manipulate the situation to help himself. When they have the Anaconda Vice and the figure four on, and Gunther goes to Punk's eyes, so he has to let go of Sammy, and then Sammy has to go return the favor, but Gunther could do the math in his head that I can't think about me in this moment. I'm gonna have to help Sammy first, and that I have to have Sammy get his hands untied first, and then he can come untie me. We see that in movies all the time. So I thought that that was a great spot, and it just stood out to me because it was great. It felt so retro, but with the new feel to it, and with great storytelling. And then we get the end of the match, which again is so Saturday night's main event from back in the day. Hogan and Macho, or Hogan, whoever you want to fill in there, Ultimate Warrior, that we're buddies, we're friends, we're kind of working together, and then something happens that's misinterpreted. Punk throws the belt over his shoulder and hits Cody in the face,
I
and
did
now
like.
Cody's mad about it. And all I could think the whole time was, he had lust in his eyes. Yeah, I could see it in your eyes, Hogan. That's right. With Miss Elizabeth, he had lust in his eyes. Yeah, dig it. It's all that I could think about. Only in this case, it's not Miss Elizabeth, it's the championship belt in Cody's face. But it all still works the same way. And again, it's a lot of fun. I like that they're trying to build some heat for Punk and Cody, and it's working. This has been the most exciting thing Cody has been in since Kevin Owens. I've been saying that for the longest time, that the only good feud Cody has had since beating Roman Reigns all those many moons ago was him and Kevin Owens. This is the most interesting thing he's doing since then. And, you know, I applaud them for that. You're recycling an old story, but you're giving it a new feel, the same way you did with Rhea Ripley, Dom, and Liv. Uh, you're recycling these old types of stories. You're just switching things up a little bit. So for that reason, I'm giving it a thumbs up, and I am gonna watch it again because I
Mm.
feel like it's going to be important when we get to an even bigger match. We're going to get one of those video packages from WrestleMania 6 with Hogan and Warrior where it takes us through everything. And there was even a Saturday night's main event in that package at WrestleMania 6 because they did this same thing and it works. So, yeah, thumbs up, watch it again. I can't believe how positive I am, Will. I
Dude,
can't
you are
believe it.
killing it today. All right, Brian, let's move on to the main event segment. You have the acknowledgement
Oh, I forgot about
ceremony
this.
of Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson. Hey, screw this segment, man. This
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah, this,
It
yeah,
sucks so bad. This
yeah.
is why I hated this pay-per-view. It was garbage. This was terrible. Only if you were a Knicks fan. I'm an NBA basketball fan. I could
hmm
care less about this. What do we not understand about bringing in celebrities for our championship feud? It doesn't
Yep.
help. It doesn't help. You want to know what? You should have done this after the show. You could have had Brunson come out, or you could have had it during the show. But don't have Halliburton come out. Shout out Tyrese Halliburton, and he's from Wisconsin, and he was one of the greatest high school basketball players here ever. That's cool though. But screw him because this doesn't have to involve you, dude. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't have. It made Seth Rollins look goofy. It made Roman
Yeah,
Reigns look goofy. It made Seth Rollins look so stupid because he was scared to run through Jalen Brunson.
yeah,
Are we serious? Oh, you have to be kidding me. This was the worst segment in WWE in a very long time. It's been a long time since we've had a segment that sucked this bad. So, thumbs down. Thumbs down, three thumbs down over again, added to my tally. And I'm never watching this trash segment again. And it puts a damper on the main event. It's probably the worst thing I've watched while doing this podcast. It was that bad.
Ooh,
I was sitting there like this, just like in pain and agony, watching this and terrible, terrible. Get me to stop talking about it. I don't want to talk about
ooh.
it anymore, Brian.
Well, I got good news for you, Will. I'm not counting this on our tally. You know
Oh,
why?
good.
Because I didn't watch it. Because the last match ended, and that's when it ended for me.
Ooh,
That because that is the spot where it should have ended, was at the end of the main event,
trash.
not any of this extra stuff. So when you brought it up, I was like, holy I forgot that that happened because I'm like I don't have feelings about it one way because it's not real. Like it's almost like fan fiction. Like it's not part of the actual story of what's going on for the reason that you bring up. So, excuse me. So Seth Rollins is afraid to go run through Jalen Brunson. I bet Obafemi wouldn't be scared. I
No,
know he wouldn't be. Like
no, terrible.
come on. You know what I mean? So to me, the WWE is going to pretend like this never happened, and I'm pretending like it didn't happen. It's not part of the show. Like this literally it you know what's up though is that they gave this more time than Goldberg for his little retirement speech. Yeah. Boy, you got to feel pretty for Goldberg.
Oh man.
Man. Whew.
Hey, screw Goldberg. And
Man.
you wanna know what? While I'm on one, screw Tim Rags. You're probably wondering who Tim Rags is. Tim Rags was in our TikTok comment section hating on Brian. Screw you, Tim Rags.
Yeah.
Screw you, dude. Out here writing novels that nobody's reading, dude. Nobody cares what you have to say. Sorry, I'm done now. I'm
Tim,
done.
I,
I'm
I,
done.
I'm just happy that you were watching. You can write any bad comments about me you want. He didn't like, hey, everybody, he didn't like my AI idea. If you don't know what we're talking about, go over to our shorts. You can just go click over to our shorts, and it's like Triple H and WWE using AI. And I just talk about Danhausen and Liv Morgan and that whole thing and what they could have done. And this Tim fellow didn't think he thought that what they did at Night of Champions was better than what my idea was that could have fixed it. And that's fine. We all have different ideas of what's good and bad. I mean, I think I'm right, but what are you going to do? I'm just glad you're watching, Tim. Keep watching, buddy. Um,
Ooh, sorry, Tim. I apologize. You just got caught in a little stray. My bad.
yeah, we're playing a little good cop, bad cop today.
I know.
Oh,
I'm usually. I'm usually good cop too, and you're usually bad cop. So I don't know
Yeah,
what came over us.
you know what, it's so true. You know what the funny thing is that last time on Night of Champions, I was bad cop and you were good cop, and our ratings worked out that way. Tonight, I'm good cop and you're bad cop. It didn't matter because at the end of the day, Will gives three thumbs up to the matches to only one thumbs down. So you're giving this thing a thumbs up, but
I'm
you're not
lying.
watching it again. You have three thumbs down and one thumbs up for watching the matches again. So Will says this thing is a thumbs up, but he's not watching it again. I have the exact same tally as you. Three thumbs up for the matches with only one down. So I give this thing a thumbs up, but I'm not watching it again. Score 3-1. Three thumbs down, only one up. Yeah, I'm not watching it again. But
Mhm.
I think that it was fun once you shut it off after the main event because that didn't happen.
It
So
was tragic.
yeah,
Tragic.
yeah,
All right. Well, then maybe I actually do. I did like it because if we're not counting that, I was
yeah.
fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, it was funny because you said I got to give three thumbs down to that thing to tack on to your tally, and you weren't far off. You needed that in order to put it over the top to not recommend this thing,
Yeah.
but that end stuff doesn't count. Like that's literally again, I didn't watch it, so I'm not counting it. It's not. It
Yeah.
was nothing. It was fluff for the New York crowd. Like it was a pep rally, is essentially what it was. It was a Knicks pep
Agreed.
rally, and
And
that's that.
I hated high school pep rallies, man.
Yeah, you
Terrible
know,
stuff.
yeah. Well, why don't you tell us what's going on with all of our other stuff, Will? Where else can everybody go to find us?
All
We're
right,
trying to
guys.
end on a positive note here.
You want a positive note? Realm on Film,
Cool.
Realm Paranormal Podcast,
Check it out.
and Brian. Isn't there a way that if the fans really want to, if Tim wants to call in and give us some hate
Oh,
mail, or if that if Tim's like, hey guys, I am a fan and I do really care about you guys, I'm going to give you guys some recommendations on what you guys should go watch. Or if you want to even recommend for the other products, Realm Paranormal and Realm on Film, there is a number that we can call. Brian, can you give us that number?
yeah, I'm going to throw it up on the screen too, Will.
Yeah.
Everybody, the number is 1-414-600-7049. You guys can call it and leave a voicemail. You can text it. It's easy. Yeah, Tim, send us something on that number just to let us know you care. Because really, you can't think my idea is that bad. Like, that's a really good idea. I didn't say you had to break up Liv and Dom after you do that. I'm just saying months from now when they decide to do that, this is long form storytelling, showing little cracks in their relationship by doing that. Um, yeah, it's long form storytelling. My idea was good. Everybody go to our shorts and check it out. Tim, call or text that number, buddy. We're here for you. Even if you just want to talk, you know,
Yeah.
we're here
Yeah,
for you.
my bad, Tim.
We could
I'd
talk
like to
wrestling.
I'd like to apologize to everyone for my attitude in our in our next episode. Hopefully it will be better. We got overrated, underrated coming for you guys, and hopefully it's a better attitude performance from me. And I have about 10 minutes to turn it around because we're filming right after this. So you guys will be able to see if I was able to turn it around in the next episode.
That ending you off, man. You were doing fine until we got to the ending, and then you
The worst, the worst.
were.
All right, guys. Until next time, we love you guys.
Yep. See ya.
It's been a minute, and it was terrible.
Little Yoko.
Yo, what's up?
What's up? Welcome, Realm family, to another episode of Wrestling with the Realm podcast. I'm Brian, one half of the power and glory of wrestling. Hold on, I messed it up. I haven't messed up the opening in a long
It's
time.
all right, dude. You were
Woo!
kind of
Ooh.
you were due almost for a
Yeah,
mess
I
up.
know. It's been a while. Okay.
All right.
You're showing little better than having, I don't think I can say that. It's showing